2 games down in the regular season, 2 wins for the Mets so far, and they go for the sweep today, trying to dance off to St. Louis with a win. You know, there is nothing that makes a fan base more excited than having a young pitcher who potentially is one of the dominant figures in the game. The Mets have gone through it with Seaver and Gooden and Harvey and DeGrom, and now that guy is Nolan McLean, who after an 8-start cameo last year gets the ball for the first time this season.
A couple of walks here to start this ball game. It's the first time in his career he's made an opening day roster. You know, starting the first week of the season, like you said, a little opening week jitters.
Reynolds at 333. Switch hitter batting left.
The curveball strikes out Reynolds for the first out of the day.
So 1 away, runners still first and second, and the cleanup hitter Ryan O'Hearn coming up.
O'Hearn homered opening day and his 3rd Pirate at bat. And to left field, dropping quickly, and that will drop in. Soto tried to deke Cruz, but Cruz was at 3rd base by the time the ball drops in, and the Pirates take a 1-0 lead on a Ryan O'Hearn opposite field single.
So McLean, after a couple of walks, limits the damage to 1 run.
Carmen making his season debut here in 2026. You see his numbers from last year, made 12 starts, 5 and 8.
That's the strikeout, curveball.
That's a really nice looking curveball too, and coming out off of a couple of fastballs at the top of the zone. That's a right pitch to go with.
Struck him out with the splitter.
Trying to go away, he missed in a little bit with it, but good action down, was able to get the swing and miss.
And Carmen Mlodzinski strikes out the side in order to begin his day.
And Mlodzinski and the Pirates take a 1-0 lead to the second here in New York.
Nolan McLean out for his 2nd inning.
And this is that second inning, Ronnie, you always talk about. If you have a little rugged first and then you come back to second and you got the bottom third of the order to collect yourself.
Yes.
Strike 3 call, got the outside corner with the sinker. Henry Davis chops one out to Semien right at the bag. And quickly there are 2 out. Jake Mangum playing left field today, and he struck him out. Got him with a changeup. That's that kick change he's been working on to get the left-hand hitters out. Robert came through yesterday with a 3-run homer that won the game. He lines one off the glove of Gonzalez and into left field. Looked like a ball that Gonzalez was going to be able to snag, but it sailed right by. And Robert's aboard.
Boy, he ripped that one.
Yeah, just tipped off the glove. They're going to call that a hit.
So here is Beatty now, left-hand batter.
So the Mets have the first base runner, and Brett Beatty pokes one up the middle for a base hit. Robert will go first to 3rd. And the Mets have runners at the corners with 1 out. So Beatty wasting no time, jumping on the first pitch he sees from Mlodzinski and finding the hole up the middle.
So Semien 2 for 8 to begin his Mets career and this season.
And Semien drives one out to center. That'll get the run in. Robert will tag. Cruz makes the catch. Robert comes down the line to score, and the Mets tie the game at 1. Cruz catching that ball very casually, and Beatty had ideas about tagging it first and going to second.
Very nonchalant. Mets have done this whole series. They seem to answer when the Pirates score.
Now Carson Bench with Beatty at first and 2 out. Ground ball right at the shortstop. Triolo bobbles it, recovers, and his throw is not in time. So the Pirates having some defensive issues. Triolo, who has won a Gold Glove as a utility man, commits the error that prolongs the inning. And 2 men are aboard for Luis Torrens, who had an at-bat in the 10th inning yesterday and delivered a game-tying hit.
Nice.
Struck him out looking. He does pick up Triolo. Mets pick up a tying run. It's 1-1. Most homers as a second baseman going back to 2020. See Marcus Semien 130. Brandon Lau is 3rd on that list. 31 homers last year. 5 years ago, 39 homers, 99 ribbies, and a drive to right field.
Benj back, warning track, feeling for the wall, and there it goes. Another home run for Brandon Lau, his 3rd of the season, and the Pirates retake the lead 2-1. 2-1 Buccos. And he'll put on the welder's mask.
So good.
That is the first home run that Nolan McLean has allowed in the major leagues to a left-hand hitter.
2 outs, nobody on. Nolan McLean of the Mets delivers a swing and a line drive up the middle, base hit.
Whew, that was smoke.
Able to stay with that sinker out over, and it's a 2-out single. And now Jared Triolo, and a break the ball inside. Yeah, it hit Triolo. That sweeper didn't sweep enough. And now 2 on with 2 out for Spencer Horwitz coming to bat.
And the curveball struck him out. So Horwitz down on strikes. The 4th for McLean, but the Pirates lead 2-1.
Mlodzinski for punch-outs. Struck out the side in order in the first inning.
Nice.
This time a fastball swung through it, struck him out again. 5 strikeouts for Mlodzinski.
Struck him out.
Mlodzinski tying a career high with his 6th strikeout.
Man, Carmen Mlodzinski is on fire this afternoon.
Nice.
Strikes him out. Carmen Mlodzinski, 7 strikeouts now through 3 innings. 2-1 Pirates.
1 away.
0-1 to Robert. Little blooper down the right field line, falling fast. That's down for a base hit the other way. Robert takes the turn, but O'Hearn gets to it and heaves it in. So his 2nd hit of the day and his 5th in 10 at-bats for the Mets. He's on as now the tying man with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, and Brett Beatty coming up.
He goes, and Beatty hits it up the middle. He's got his 2nd hit, and Robert will go 1st to 3rd. Cut off by Cruz. Robert holds at 3rd. Brett Beatty is 2 for 2. So the guys in the middle of the order, Robert and Beatty, getting the job done. Back-to-back hits in the 2nd and now again in the 4th. So now Semien, who drove in the first Met run with a sacrifice fly, gets another opportunity.
And Carmen Mlodzinski strikes out Semien. That gives him 8 punch-outs and 2 down in the 4th.
So now 2 out, and it's left to Carson Bench, who reached on an error his first time up.
In the air to left, Mangum. And Carmen Mlodzinski works his way out of that mini jam. And after 4, it's still 2-1 Pirates.
Here's Brandon Lau, whose home run put the Pirates in front in the 3rd inning.
And this little drop base hit to left. And Brandon Lau heads to second base and safe. Just eludes the tag.
Beautiful slide right there. Wow, Bo Bichette got to that, got it off the tarp down the left field line right there, and immediately turned and threw. He played that really well, but Brandon Lau thinking double out of the box.
Works around the double by Lau. Halfway through, it's 2-1 Pittsburgh.
Last year, Mlodzinski, this is after the hitters averaged just .222 against him the first time through the order. Well, when he faced them for the 2nd or 3rd time through, they hit .364. A much, much different result. Well, here is Lindor, and the first pitch to Francisco, hit in the air towards the gap in right center. That's pretty deep, headed towards the warning track, and it hits the top of the wall, bounces down onto the warning track. Lindor hits 2nd. He's on his way to 3rd. The relay throw, the head first slide. He is safe at 3rd. A 3-base hit for Francisco Lindor. His first hit of the year. The Mets have a runner at 3rd now with 1 man out. How the Pirates move their infield in. Juan Soto, the batter.
And Soto pulls one into right field. Coming over O'Hearn. He won't get it. Base hit. Lindor in to score the tying run. Juan Soto drives in his 2nd run of the season, and the Mets get back even again. It's 2-2. So Mlodzinski, who was so dominant first 2 times through the order, is out after 4 1/3.
Huascar Brazoban, new pitcher for the Mets as we begin the 6th with a score tied 2-2.
And a very quick inning for Huascar Brazoban. He throws 5 pitches and gets him out 1, 2, 3. Nicely done. Still 2-2. Sean Manaea bumped from the rotation because the Mets had 6 guys for 5 slots. And now coming out of the bullpen. This was the pocket that they chose for Manaea. O'Neal Cruz today 0 for 2 and a walk. Scored a run back in the 1st.
And he rips this into right center field. A 2-out hit. O'Neal Cruz. Brandon Lau. Oh, gets away. And Cruz will wind up at second base.
It is an error on Manaea, moving that go-ahead run into scoring position. 1-2 coming to Lau, and it's hit sharply, but Semien able to grab it at the midsection and throws him out. Marcus Semien, two-time Gold Glover, and he handles that ground ball to keep this game tied.
Back-to-back Mets hits have put two on here with one out. Juan Soto is coming up, the left-handed batter.
And now Soto against Montgomery. A couple of fans on their feet.
And now he takes another one in the dirt. Torrens takes off for third. He'll make it safely, and Lindor behind him into second. Great dirt ball read by Torrens. And the wild pitch puts runners at second and third. Now the infield comes in, and he tries to hold, but he went around on the high fastball for a strike three. Third time today Soto's been fanned, and that time on a pitch way out of the zone. 2 out. So it's left to Bo Bichette. Pirates drop the infield back.
Yes. 100 from Montgomery. Strikes out 3 and keeps the game tied, headed to the 8th.
Back-to-back 2-out walks issued by Manaea to put the go-ahead run at second for Nick Gonzalez. And he chops one to Semien right near the bag, flips to Lindor, side retired. So Manaea works around a couple of walks, keeps it tied, going to the bottom of the 8th at Citi Field.
And the Pirates have a leadoff man on. Henry Davis draws the walk.
Davis to second, give it a sacrifice the first of the year for the Pirates.
Yeah, really beautiful executed bunt by Jake Mangum. But now O'Neal Cruz will see if he can come away with a big hit. This will be a big one.
Got him looking. 2 men down.
That got the corner.
That's 11 strikeouts for Met pitching today. And he missed with a changeup for ball 4. And the Pirates have 2 men on. Well, this is the guy who Weaver's had trouble with. Reynolds is 4 for 10 with 2 home runs in his career against Luke. Hit on the ground toward the hole. Bichette's got it. Goes to second. Force play. Side retired. And for the second straight day, the Mets and Pirates are going to extra innings.
Reynolds will be the runner on second.
Ryan O'Hearn to lead off against the lefty that we saw yesterday, Richard Lovelady. And he's done it again. Ryan O'Hearn off the left-hander. Delivers. And O'Hearn gives the Pirates the lead here in the 10th inning. 3-2.
Nice to get that out of the way right away.
So back-to-back 2-out walks. There's nobody up behind Lovelady in the Mets bullpen. And he is leaking oil.
Henry Davis 0 for 3 with that walk. Ripped into center field and a base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is off the mark. And a save there by Alvarez. And the Pirates take a 2-run lead on the Henry Davis single to center field.
So Lindor reaches safely for the 3rd straight time. The Mets have the tying runs on base. And now Soto can win this game with 1 big swing. Swings and hits one out to left center field, headed toward the gap. That's going to bounce and go to the wall. Alvarez comes in to score. Lindor being waved around. The relay throw to the plate by Triolo, and Lindor is out at the plate. Jared Triolo with a 1-hop strike to Henry Davis, who got the tag down on Lindor for the first out of the inning. Soto with an RBI double to get the Mets within a run, but the tying run gunned down at the plate. So now the Mets are down to their final out with the tying run on third base, and Jorge Polanco coming up. Polanco has gone 0 for 4 today.
Fly ball to right. Toward the wall. Oh, he makes the catch! Raise the Jolly Roger! The Pirates hold on in extras and get their first win of the year. That one was hard-earned by the Battling Bucs.
Boy, was it ever.